Breakdown. Broad Street Breakdown.
So again, we don't know when we're starting and we don't know what we're doing.
You can start now.
Why can't you do that when we're start?
Well, so then it rolls, but it rolls.
I'm with you. All right.
I'm not. Lot of mercy. Lot of mercy. As I said before, that's my bounty killer. Lot of mercy. Filomeno.
Filomeno got a lot of.
I mean, he got put over last
Somebody
week.
needs to start a Filomeno Twitter page.
Absolutely.
See if that.
We got to get approval from Phil first, though.
I mean, he's in the.
I talked to him.
You can write him a kite.
I know a guy who needs a ball, so
Phil
I
will
gotta-
do what he is told to do.
I got to get with him anyway.
This is episode 20.
Follow.
I won't tell
20.
Phil you said that, sicko.
Hey,
He'll come out and fucking shank you.
Phil knows my feelings. He knows where I stand on the issue. It'll
listen.
be all right.
I won't sell you out like that, pal.
I mean, I ain't sweating Phil. I don't sweat him.
Phil went from.
His lungs I'll punch out.
Let me tell you something. He went from 6th grade right to the shacks to dropping out.
2 Marlboro
Year
Reds
of-
into the tombs.
Yeah, that was before he dropped out. And then was it out a year? Went to the joint. Been there. Been in and out ever since.
Ever since, man. I mean, it's like.
Do you have people on your Facebook who you don't see for a period of time,
Yes.
and then they hit you up with a friend request? You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was already friends with it.
Yes.
But it's a new gimmick because they've been in jail and they forget their
They
password.
were in the Bing and they had to re-gimmick.
I have like 4 motherfuckers on my thing that
Yeah, of
that
course.
happens, you know.
Or it's like blah, blah, blah's birthday's today. And you're like, why is there 2 entries of you? Oh, because
Yeah.
that's before you went in. And now it's
Right.
after you got
Right.
in.
Yeah.
Do
Or, or like the person you peep their page and there's just no activity. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they've been in the box.
Yeah, since 2014.
Yeah.
Right. You
What
forget your
episode is this again?
I don't know. You forget your password in the joint.
24.
You know what I mean?
Sure. There's other things you have to remember while you're in there, man. You know?
The ball black market.
Yeah, look. When you're selling balls in the market, when you're in the market for a ball,
We've already said too much.
You can trade them for a lot of ramen noodles.
look, that's a lot of commissary, man. It's a lot of cigarettes.
You gotta eat what they serve you there. You prefer the chicken flavored
Sure,
ramen.
you go to you get the sweets, the all gimmicks, Rice Krispie treats. Make a commissary in your room, then you're on the tier. You're the man on the tier, and then you get for each ball, you probably get like
10 packs.
10-pack.
Is
Or
that
how
20?
much is in a carton?
20 packs for a sack.
So all right. So we're
10 packs of ramens. As far as
I was
cigarettes,
talking, yeah. How much is in a carton of cigarettes?
10 packs. Everything's in 10s, man.
I thought there was like 12 or something, man. I mean, my parents smoked for a million years.
No,
man.
10.
10.
There's 10 in a carton, so I'm thinking a carton per ball. No?
Well, I think ramens are more. These kids today, they don't smoke.
I mean, smokes. All
They-
right.
Now they're
If you're
eating.
telling me
now they're
ramen
eating
is more-
ramen.
You're telling me ramen is more important in the box right now than
That's
smokes?
what I heard. That's the word.
That's what Phil told you?
20 packs of ramen, beef flavor and chicken flavor
No pork.
for a sack.
No scrimp.
No, the shrimp is good.
Yeah, but you can't get that. That shit's hard to find.
No, you can't.
I
get
mean,
that
then that's
joint.
like 2 balls.
chicken,
Yeah.
beef. You got to go outside for shrimp.
Word.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be knocked in by a CO.
your girlfriend's got to.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
she's got to do
She
the
got to
the
do what
night,
she got to
the
do.
night of gimmick.
Yeah, she got to do what she got to do. She eats the pack of ramen,
Yes.
shits them out,
No.
and then it goes through like 25 people. You got your
Yeah.
fucking
They
shrimp
come out
ramen.
in little squiggles.
Listen, man, they're shrink wrapped. That's why it's there. There's no other reason to shrink wrap ramen other than for it to be.
Getting that fucking flavor packet out. It's fucking paid for.
Look, that's why
I
it's
mean-
there. I mean, contraband, man.
You want to get in the ball game, you better be in the ramen game.
The ball game, literally.
Exactly. serious.
When they're talking about ball games in the joint, it's not baseball.
No. Phil's the king.
Yeah, the sicko. How are you this week?
I'm doing well.
You
I got both balls, and I don't need nobody smuggling nothing for me.
all
You
right.
need a ball down the line, pal.
Someday, but as of right now, we're good on balls.
I had you covered till 5 minutes ago. You talk shit on Phil. Now I don't know what I'm going to do.
Phil, I got a guy in my
Yo,
own
man.
self.
See what I'm saying? He's got heat
Not
with Phil.
Phil.
That shit ain't right,
I
man.
don't sweat Phil.
I hope you don't ever go in, pal.
Yeah, I hope Phil never gets out.
I could jail with Phil. I ain't sweating.
Either
Jailbait.
or.
He's got jailbait written all
If
over
he's
him.
his bunkie, he's chowdering like. Poof.
Bliss.
Sicko's gonna have one sock. All his commissaries going to Phil.
I just want to see
Your
what
balls go for
what
a
color.
hefty-
Sicko's cleaning his
Sicko's
drawers.
balls go for a hefty bounty. In
Which what color
With his
lipstick you think
whack.
he'll wear? What do you think lipstick he'll look best
Sicko's
in?
wearing the
Sicko.
gimmicks with the glitter.
Yeah.
And with that belled head, he'll pin on a nice wig. He'll pin a mop. He'll cut off the top of a mop. Sicko. He'll make lipstick out of the Kool-Aid.
Moving right along.
Blonde mop with the bright red lipstick with the glitter.
Yo,
You're supposed to be with me over here.
yo, they might dye the mop purple with,
Right.
with purple Kool-Aid.
Right.
Sicko had purple hair with the matching purple Kool-Aid lipstick.
Dig it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sickamina.
Sickamina. Fuck.
Sickamina.
Sickamina.
Fucking hell.
It's gonna be like a rock album.
Yeah.
Look.
And then when
Is he gonna wear them shorts like them dudes on Oz?
Yeah, I mean, why are you asking me that?
Well, because he's got the hog problem.
wearing-
It's gonna be fucking. He's got the problem with the hog.
That's the name of my new album, dog.
Yeah,
Look,
like
man,
6 inches will be hanging
you're
down
not
the
wearing
leg.
a purple mop wig and Kool-Aid lipstick. And these guys,
It's gonna be the least of
and
my
then you chip some of the brick off and you put that in water and that's his rouge.
Rouge. Rouge.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Like I said, man, they find ways.
Yeah.
We're off to a rousing fucking start.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
you're pretty, Steve. You're pretty.
he's gonna be making the grilled cheeses, putting the grilled cheese in
Yeah.
the brown paper
Fuck.
bag and ironing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's Sicko's job in there, to wash drawers.
Sissy, we call her.
Coulda-
Call her Sissy.
Yo,
Sissy, make my grilled cheese.
Cisco.
Cisco.
Wash my drawers, Cisco. Here, come here, pretty little purple. Here, pretty purple.
And Phil will be like,
You're killing me, dog.
Pretty purple, come here. Pretty purple.
Phil will be like, could have helped you out,
He'll be-
sicko. I
He'll
don't
be
know.
dressed like Prince.
Blouses.
I'm gonna take a heart attack.
Show's over. That's it. Can't top that.
That was a great intro. That was a great start.
Once again, we're being joined by the lovely boss lady, Kat. How are you,
Oh, I'm good.
Pablo?
Are you making gravy tonight?
Episode 24. That's the age I date. What a coincidence.
See, you know what's funny about that? I read that joke like an hour ago on your screen by accident.
Okay.
What was this
See,
joke?
that's
I missed it.
the horror
Episode-
scene that you and I don't
Yeah.
see. The car crash.
Did he make a joke?
It says,
Go ahead.
EP 24. That's the age I date.
It's funnier when you say
He
it.
just popped himself.
He did. and
Like-
that popped you.
Oh my god.
You should. I should write for you.
That was
You
the
said it better.
fucking
I
best.
like the
That's
gimmick.
age I don't date, but if I wanted to, I'd have a.
You'd have
Yeah.
a veritable plethora. I like when Gavin mistakenly sees Pablo's screen because it's a dark place,
He
and
doesn't recover from
No,
it.
he
He's
doesn't.
gotta
and I can
address it.
see in his eyes
He's
that
laughing.
his fucking wheels are turning because it's really a demented. It's the mind of a goblin.
I want to stooge out this other part that I just read, but
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid
Is
to.
it material for later? Or you feel
I think
like
you're. I think you think you're. Oh no, I don't know what you're looking at, but you could be looking. Yeah. Well, see, now I'm gonna have to start writing red herrings. So now,
leading him down the wrong.
Can I stooge that off?
you stooge it at the time when it's time.
All right.
You can stooge it out.
All right. Remember this in a little while.
You can marry Larry Moe and curly it out when it's time.
Well, that's not something that you're going to say. That's a personal note there.
Go ahead, say it.
It's a reminder.
I'll give you permission.
Okay. Later on. Word association. In parentheses, get the hat.
Things could come up and I'm going to forget, so I need to remind myself.
Because you're the
listen.
producer and on air talent.
Yeah.
Listen.
Daniel Boone will be arriving. Or somebody else. You never know in that Jackie's House of Hats.
He's giving himself stage direction.
Get the hat.
Macaroni Mansion has plenty of hats.
Word with you.
I don't have much to report, man. There's no updates on the sleep thing. I'm except that they've called me 14 times to ask me when I'm going to send it back, and I tell them every fucking time that I sent it back last Thursday.
Right.
Oh, we'll make a note in your thing. Called next day.
Look.
Today I said to her, I was like, I talked to you last night at 7 o'clock. She's like, you talked to me? I was like, yeah, your name's Ashley, right? She said, yeah. I said, I fucking told you last night. I said it last
they
Thursday.
Know who you are from the rip.
You would think.
What did you send it? FedEx?
No, in the box it came, they had a gimmick to
self-addressed
fucking
stamped
pin
envelope?
on it. Yeah.
The self-addressed game.
So I sent it, yeah.
And who'd you give that to, though?
Jackie Brown.
Oh, well, then it's done deal then.
Right.
Yeah, she sent
She
it.
gets things done.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it to Jackie. If it ain't Kathleen or Jackie don't take care of it, it don't get done in my world.
I
mean,
if they don't do it, it doesn't get done in my world.
this is what I'm saying.
I have nothing to bring you up to speed with, other than I mentioned to you a discussion I had with El Bill today, and that our love for reggae, and I left it at that.
Indeed.
So Bill hits me and is like, "Yo, man, we're discussing music." He's like, "Yo, man, I keep seeing this flyer and these posters, and I even saw a wrapped van promoting this reggae show." And Bill's from Brooklyn, so that's not weird to me. You know, I wasn't sure if it was in Brooklyn or Manhattan or wherever, but no matter what, a reggae show in New York isn't striking anyone at this table as weird, right?
No.
Happens every day.
And he's like, "You ready for this?" Now, you know Bill, he's not easily impressed or easily amused. He's just kind of not that kind of guy. So he sends me, I'm just going to show this to you. He sends me this flyer, and then I'm going to just look at the headliner, but don't blow it. And this is a reggae. All right, give it back. All right, so he sends me that. All right, so I look at the flyer. He tells me who's headlining, and I'm like, yo, it's a work. Someone's like, I thought it was hipsters. You know, they moved into Brooklyn, like doing some art, you know, like the Obey Andre the Giant shit that Shepard did in the early 90s.
Right.
I'm thinking it's like some worked flyer poster to make hipsters laugh or something. So for all my reggae heads out there, Morgan Heritage is huge. They're one of my favorite groups. Nice Up You Mad D is one of my favorite reggae songs ever. They're opening. Luciano's on there. Stitchy is on the bill. Billy Ocean is on the bill. I don't know if he's getting over on a reggae joint just because he's got long gray dreads now. Caribbean Queen. Now we're sharing the same dream. Now the hearts can beat as one. No more love on the run.
Yo,
What was the other one?
get out of my dreams.
and
Into
into
my
Get
car.
out of my car, sicko.
All right, so I'm like, all
I met
right.
my wife.
I guess
Why not you doing it?
I guess Billy Ocean being from the islands. Ocean, all right. All right. I'm not happy, but I'm not throwing eggs at you.
He's stealing my lines. That was my line.
What was?
The Ocean River
Oh,
one.
all right. Cocoa Tea. Cocoa Tea is dope. Capleton, legend, goon. And then the headliner, a guy named Michael Bolton. And I'm like, yo, maybe
Michael
it's
Bolton.
like- Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton.
So he's telling me this, and I'm like, all right, there's a simple this is before he sent me this flyer. I'll pass this over to you. You can show it to Kath and Pablo. I'm like, yo, it's probably just a black Jamaican dude named Michael Bolton that blew up like recently, and I'm not hip. You know what I'm saying? Because remember you and I had that discussion about when Vice went into Jamaica, and we thought it was dope with all the Roots dudes, but we were like, yo, this new shit is sort of like, you know, the auto-tune scene in hip-hop? It's like Jamaica's version of that, and it's not good at all. So I was like, yo, maybe it's some kid named Michael. Yo, and then he sent me the flyer. So that's
definitely the
this isn't really a comedy story as much as it's an anecdote today that Michael Bolton is or was headlining a reggae fest with legendary, with Capleton, yo.
I would love to see footage of that.
If anybody from New York was there, it's a reggae head. Reggae and its culture and Jamaica itself is a small place.
For the Michael Bolton stuff?
Bill was like, I'm going and I'm staying for Michael Bolton. I'm like, that's of course.
It's hopefully it ends up being like a 22-year-old Jamaican kid who is not.
But he showed me another picture of a wrapped van with Michael Bolton's giant head with Capleton and Coco T. So
maybe.
And then we got into this discussion where like, well, Michael Bolton is over with black folks the way that Phil Collins. It's like there's like 5 white dudes historically who got the hood pass, and for whatever reason the Jamaicans gave it to Michael Bolton. Cause you know what I'm saying? But that's some other shit. You know. Speaking of which, who else got Phil Collins got the pass. Daryl Hall got the pass.
Steely Dan,
the Almonds, Doobie Brothers, but they were black dudes in Doobie Brothers. To me, the king pass is Eric Burden. I thought he was black until my father hipped me. And
that was the issue with that for me is that in the 60s, oddly enough, there was less division of music. I feel like everybody listened to everything.
Yeah, and it hadn't spawned 78
right. And then when it got
yet.
when it got to the 70s, it got like this radio format, that radio format.
Yeah, you're very right. I never thought of it that way. But the reason I put over Eric Burden is because of how much he put over black music as opposed to the people that ignored it. You know what I mean? Bo Diddley doing the song, the story of meeting him, the story of Bo Diddley chumping them,
right?
And then being like, "Nah, you a bad white boy, man." Like eventually, all of that, you know. But that pass to get the hood pass, you know, from the black music listener is completely changes your career trajectory because you look like Phil's the shit with Genesis after, like right after. Peter Gabriel left. Nah, maybe not so much, but like Sussudio and shit. Like, yo, Phil had everybody open for a minute there.
When me and Kathleen worked at Tower, older like pimp black dudes, like dudes who were heavy
and wearing gaiters and hats,
like the whole deal,
the whole gimmick.
Would buy Steely Dan's greatest hits and Tina Marie's greatest hits. Every day there'd be another, like the same dude but a different dude who would come in who was a heavy, is carrying like 12 guns on him.
Yeah.
But he's just retired from the game.
Yeah,
he's just
he'll
doing
still
his
shoot
thing.
you in the face if he has to, but he ain't
but
trying
now he's
to.
just trying to buy some CDs.
Yeah.
Steely Dan, Tina Marie.
Well, I'll speak for my man Des. Des was my code D on the road for years. Fans of my music will know him. If you don't, Des, 6'2", 265, North Philly black dude. When we had this discussion of white people to get the hood pass, and I brought up Tina Marie, he's like, yeah, but Tina Marie, I don't even look at her like that. She just black. So that was, and I'm like, yeah, but she white. Like, nah, she was with Rick, so he's just black. So Sicko, your wife, is there anyone that she gives the pass to? She a Phil Collins fan?
Yeah, but I'm drawing a huge blank.
Actually,
As
I
soon
feel
as
like.
you brought that
Well,
up,
I feel
I'm
like this is a topic that when we're all going home tonight,
yeah.
we're gonna think of a million. I just had this at the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? And my barber's a little bit younger than me, so he didn't know. He just found out like 2 years ago. The Hall and Oates was white. I'm like, yo, B, where are you? Are you from Earth?
What's that Phil Collins duet that he does with that?
Easy Lover.
You need an easy lover. And then his slow joints had like the world open. Take a
Philip
look
Bailey
at me
was the
now.
guy.
There's just an empty space.
What band was Philip Bailey in? I keep thinking Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I think I'm wrong on that. But he was from a band too.
Well, now we can flip it on its head. Speaking of
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
who gets over?
Yes.
Good call, Bubba. Who gets over with white folk? Earth, Wind, and Fire. You go see Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's gonna be some white folk in that crowd.
Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the Gang. Oh, you know who got over, Sicko? Who is one we would kick ourselves in the ass? KC got over.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
did, and then I heard infamously that dude was a dickhead. He also besmirched one of our heroes, but that bit him in the ass, and he ended up selling his American Music Awards to get himself out of debt. KC, supposedly a creep.
Where was the Sunshine Band? They couldn't.
I mean, they were like, look,
they
man.
couldn't be like, yo, man, take it easy.
They were like, check it out. We were the Sunshine Band. Speaking of sunshine, you never gave us any shine.
Yeah.
Go take a walk. That's what they told him.
Ain't no sunshine.
They seem to have lost their way. It was the Sunshine Band. It became the fucking cloudy day.
You can, Jesus, you can hit us up if you're forgetting any white devils that got over with the black community. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes we tell kids to do that, and then they just write somebody corny, like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. Oh, you know who's over, man? Alan Thicke's son. He's over with everybody, every woman.
I like that
Of
song.
every-
I like that.
I
one
fucked
song.
with Robin. I liked his
What's that one song, Kathleen?
Blur lines.
the joint where they blurred
Yeah.
lines is but you ever heard his earlier shit?
Nah.
He had some crack, and then he got caught out there with his beautiful black wife, and she ain't taking him back for shit. He's winning awards, baby. Take me back.
Doesn't he sing all them songs about her now?
Yeah, and she's like, yo, man, how's this for an answer?
You-
Not having it,
I think
man.
they're working.
Nah, shoot.
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 I don't know.
Shoot all day long. She's not having him on any level, man. Well,
She's not an easy lover.
she's not an easy lover at all.
Not an easy lover.
You cheated on me, now I hate you.
Yeah. Alan Thicke's not funny. That show he was on was jabroni. Yeah.
This car crash is being brought to you by Crescent Street Tattoo, 4371 Crescent Street, Philly, PA 19127, CrescentStreetTattoo.com, Facebook.com/Crescent Street Tattoo, IG @Crescent Street Tattoo, and Stevie Puerto Rico's book, No Slam Dancing, No Stage Diving, No Spikes, an oral history of the legendary City Gardens by Miss Amy Yates Wolfing and Stevie Puerto Rico. You can check out the book on DiWulf.com, and there's info there on the new book you're working on, correct, Sicko, with Freddie Alva. I've seen some updates lately. Dingy Brown.
Yeah. He's got. I actually just finished editing his interview, and it's one of the best. Not that they're all good, but his is really detailed. He actually grew up in the Bronx.
Hardcore kid, hip hop kid, did
Yeah.
production, graph had still nice with his hand. Last time I saw something,
Yep.
I'm not, I haven't, not like I saw something recent in terms of on the street, but so yeah, I marked out when I saw that.
He's up in there. Ezek's up in there.
Of course. What up, B? DMS, what up?
Half the dudes from Outburst. Hoya's up in there.
Hoya Rock, what up?
Yeah, it's.
Hoya's still getting up on tour, even though he's doing it more so with stickers now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got Lil, his two sons are something else, man. Hoya Rock, what up? What up to the beautiful Bambinos? But yeah, I guess, plug wise, we're good, right? BroadStreetBreakdown.com is where you can find us at. Oh, this is a double-sided page that Pablo printed out.
He don't waste paper.
Go
That's
green.
True.
Go
You know
green
what?
or go home.
I didn't even
Van
think
Byron.
about that, man. That I should have known better than to think that there was only one side of paper here. BroadStreetBreakdown.com, sicko. They send good or bad questions to info@BroadStreetBreakdown.com.
Yep.
Facebook, Broad Street Breakdown. The Twitter is at BSB Radio 1. As far as all our Twitter and IGs, I guess I could give them out later. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube. Please subscribe. Please download, write positive reviews. All that shit helps us. It's partially the reason we're able to do 2 shows a week now, which this is our, what would we call this? This is our first Tuesday show.
Tuesday.
Tuesday doesn't have a feel. Monday has a feel.
Friday has a feel. Tuesday has no feel.
So OG,
Double shot Tuesday.
we were shooting
Two for-
around
two for
two for Tuesday. We were shooting around things to discuss. You had a heavy one. So with that said,
Well, it stems from after last show. It was the first time Kathleen was on. Jackie has been on a bunch of times, and I sort of had this thought in my head, like, fuck, we didn't really address who Kathleen was, even though it has been sort of addressed before. But so I had this thing in my head, like, oh man, I kind of regret not saying certain things, like addressing who Kathleen is, and then whatever. And then Kathleen hit me up later on the next day or whatever and says, oh, we should have talked about more of the
whoa. She hit the idea over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's heavy.
We should have talked about
That's why you're the brains of the operation.
sort of the family structure that we have going on. And I was like, fuck, I was thinking we should have done that too. Guess what? Now we're doing it next time we fucking do it.
Right.
So now you got to come back and
Right.
fucking
She
do
doesn't
it.
have off tomorrow, so now she's going to be like a zombie at work because we're forcing her to put us over.
Right. So, I guess, well, first, before we say anything, I should address that me and Kathleen have known each other since '94.
That was the guess I was going to make before you.
Right.
Because I mean, not long after you meeting her, I met her because you guys were like,
yeah, in a tower.
Yeah, and you were like, attached to the hip pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It was the pompadour
Yeah, the bouffant.
and the sideburns.
Yeah, well, you were a Morrissey mark, so it was working. Everything was working in your favor.
You gotta. Every couple of years, you gotta change up the gimmick. So,
I mean, this Sicko and Kath are like really yucking it up over the bouffant and sideburns.
Sicko
I have
needs
some
to.
pictures. We
Sicko
should
better
post
take
them.
note that I did not really participate in his gay jail fantasy.
I didn't
Hey.
even say a word.
So
I agree with you.
Man, I didn't even say nothing.
You were like,
so tread lightly.
you weren't selling, but you weren't no selling. You were just like, I'm
All
gonna
I
let,
said-
I'm
all
gonna
I
let Vinny
gave-
do it running.
All I gave Sicko.
How did we get back on this?
All I gave Sicko was heat for shooting on Phil. And
yeah, I mean, well, he said
by the end of that
he said
round-
he ain't scared of Phil.
I ain't scared of Phil.
well, listen.
And then Pablo and I came up with
Yeah.
Pretty Purple.
All right, we don't need to relive it. Let's keep moving right along.
Hey, hon,
Stop getting me in
trade you Lucy for some lipstick.
Here, come here, Pretty Purple Manatee.
PPM?
PPM. Where my ramen, PPM. Bitch, this grilled cheese ain't melting.
Where my rap?
So you were working
Where
at
my
Tower.
Where my ramen and grilled cheese? Yeah, didn't I tell you I wanted scrimp ramen? This bullshit tastes like poke.
That flavor packet hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Sorry,
You
man.
too?
Sorry.
Jesus.
See what happens, Steve.
I didn't even do nothing or say nothing.
I mean, I kind of feel Gavin. You were, you know.
Anyway, back to
Please continue.
1994.
94. So me and Kathleen met in 94 working at Tower. We've had 3 children in the process of that. How many years ago? 8 years ago. Our relationship got redefined, if you will. My relationship with Jackie started at that point. And a lot of people are very curious and interested in how and why me and Kathleen are still as close as we are, and how our relationship has sort of progressed in the last 20 whatever years, really. So we were thinking that we could talk about that a little bit, and then sort of get into what is definition of a family, and what is, just because you're born into certain fucking momos that you have to deal with for the first part of your life doesn't mean that you can't rebuild and reestablish make your own family.
Sure.
Of
Non-momos?
yeah.
Well, there's definitely been this thing, the idea of what family structure is, or the old school answer of like, well, you can't do that, that's your brother. I'm like, if someone's a bozo, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
that's not what we're getting into now, but I think it will.
And the opposite of that we sort of did, because we had all these people tell us when our relationship was done, in that part of our relationship was over, and we were going into the next phase of it. We had everybody tell us, "What do you mean? You guys can't be friends anymore. You can't talk anymore.
Yeah,
you can't live in
course.
the same house for a period of time. You can't do this, that, and the other thing." And we were like, "Fuck, get the fuck out of here. You don't fucking tell us."
Right.
And we realized that, living your life the way that you define it is what we've always preached, and what we were in the process of doing. And once we were doing that, heads couldn't wrap their head around it.
Yeah. Well, there's an irony that you guys worked the situation that way, raised 3 beautiful kids, smart kids, all in spite of someone saying that was an impossibility. You know what I'm saying?
I had people who were close to me at the time tell me it's never going to work.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to do that. And I was like, motherfucker, you watch how it works.
I never thought anything of it because I knew the type of people you were, not because I didn't think. For instance, there's people that could have told me that, and I would have been like, oh, you're out of your fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's shame on anyone who knew you, like you said, it's people that knew you well that said it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
But I mean, if a square said it, you can't really be mad at that based on them being a square and what they came from and what they see as normal. It's abnormal for most people to even be like, yo, I'm cool with my ex-wife or something. It's like people are hostile in every situation, whether by design or one of them was evil. You know what I mean? But I mean, sometimes people just...
There's absolutely circumstances where I understand why people don't, communicate at all. After they're done. I get that.
Yeah.
When we weren't in that kind of situation.
No,
on any
that's
level.
another show.
But I hadn't thought about this until I just said it. But I literally had people who were fucking close to me, who I'll tell you off air. But everybody knows this person. But tell me, like, never gonna happen, never gonna fucking work.
Was it Sicko?
Never.
No, it was not Sicko, and I knew.
I gave him a week, so yeah, he proved me wrong.
No, you didn't.
I know.
Fucking goof.
I don't even remember like it being a thing. It was kind of like
When it ended.
We dealt with it in house,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Boys in the back, man.
But people in my family took it like as bad as like the Beatles breaking up. Like it was hard for people to kind of comprehend, I think, at some point to say like we're not together
Did your
anymore.
family, both nuclear and extended, like Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Up until then.
What's that?
and then he got heat in our own house during a birthday party by somebody in my family, and that really
What about you? I mean, because I
pissed
know
me
your
off.
parents. Like, were they like?
Nah, my parents are cool. I mean, I always pride myself on that. I have made this circle of a family of people who I know, like everybody at this table, and then extensions of that, your brother and your brother, and your whatever the fucking. But my main family has always been right on.
Right.
I've never had, besides little issues here and there,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I've never had that sort of judgment thing from them or really heat from them. They've always been very supportive of stuff.
Yeah.
They've always been hip to. I know where my head's at. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. I feel like I got that, but when you say they know where your head's at, for the most part, it's like I feel like there's trust in my family, but not understanding, if that makes any sense. I don't understand what the fuck you're doing, how you're doing it, because all of us obviously chose to live differently than the average bear. You know what I mean? Culturally and shit like that. So when it was like no college, you know what I mean? I mean, my niece is the only one in our family in Philadelphia. I'm not talking about Italy, but in Philadelphia to go to and complete college. You know what I mean? Like that was never on my radar. I think when you're telling an Italian family, I'm going to pursue music, is there going to be pushback or support or somewhere in the middle? You know what I mean? But like even now, decisions or things that I say or the way that I think, it's not frowned upon. It's like, I love you, not I understand. You know what I'm saying?
It's tolerated.
It's tolerated. It's tolerated, but with a smile. Because my mom and I are very close.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? But like, we bond over like being goofballs with a good sense of, Italian sense of humor and ball busting. It's not like we share the same interest in books or films or anything like that. It's like just a different world that I'm not wrapped up.
I kind of want to ask you, building on that, because I kind of have the same thing going on with my family. Like it's we don't understand, we don't really get it, but good for you, we trust you, kind of deal.
Well, I mean, your father broke his back for how many years with his
Sure,
hands to
sure,
provide, so it's like
sure.
that's not being processed.
For me, I know personally it took a lot of years, a lot of bumping heads. Was yours easier than that?
Mine was way easier, and I'll tell you why. My stepfather, who saved me and my mom, basically saved our lives, but he was so amazingly laid back and so much of a you only live once person. You know what I mean? And I know you only live once is a corny way of thinking things, but you're talking about a guy who grew up with nothing, immigrants for parents, homemade pasta every day, not because it was ill, but because they couldn't afford to do anything else. So he was very much like on some let the kid do. He's so young, let the kid. You know what I mean? I remember the conversation, like when my mom was like, yo, you gonna do that? Like, do this? All right, do this. And I remember the specific time where it was like, yo, shit is about to get real, and y'all were a part of it. It was like psychosocial going into the first AOTP 12-inch. It was like, fuck this, gung ho. Like, so the support was always there. I just don't think, I think this can still happen today. It can happen to everyone at this table where it's like, all right, one of my exes, an Italian girl, like her mom knew me and she couldn't put together that I had nice clothes, nice watch, and a nice car. I make music, but I'm not on MTV. It's like, oh, he's clearly selling heroin. You know what I mean? I remember my stepfather, like, OG's at his job, would be like, oh, I never heard of that. Like, that kid's got to be selling drugs. So that part of it, you know what I mean? I imagine my mom, like my mom's a rider. Y'all know her. So
Absolutely.
and my aunt the same way. But I imagine like to extended family, like she must have to, it must be weird to be like, no, he created his own shit. But like, what is he on TV? It's like, I'm not sure my mom's equipped with the knowledge to explain the music industry and
how you could sustain yourself without ever being on the radio,
right?
or,
and
stuff
well,
that normal people
right?
know
and
about.
well, I'm not like this. I'm not a struggling artist. You know what I mean? I live well, and people are like, well, I don't know. I don't see him on TV. You know what I mean? But I went off on a tangent there. But yeah, like with y'all, so they had heat because, all right, this is over, and we think y'all should try to work it out, or
Yeah,
just stubbornness.
and it's kind of funny because my mom was married 3 times at that point, and for I wasn't allowed to have an ex that I talked to, and you have to shut it down, and how are you going to move on? How are you going to
yeah, and what does that
get
even
through?
mean?
Well, because she
and-
did the typical shit of what all what squares do. They don't then they don't talk to this one. They move on to the next one.
Yeah.
you got a kid with them, but
Yeah.
you don't speak. You know what I mean?
And then you
the
got
kid-
to like start defining what is move on. Well, we are moving on. We're just moving on together. We believe that we can move on together in a healthy way without
Right.
just
And I didn't want kids to have 2 birthday parties and
Yeah.
ask dad for this and ask mom
that
for
shit's
that.
a
They
horror
get one,
scene. They pit you against each other and all of that. It's a horror scene. It doesn't. It's ironic that people thought there was a way for y'all to do it when in reality they do it the wrong way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They thought. I think people get threatened by that though.
Well,
like,
a
we're
lot
gonna
of people-
do this and
a
we're
lot-
gonna do it right.
a lot of people to this day say to us, well, it's great how you guys could do that, especially for the kids.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool, but
Yeah.
we didn't do it for that. We did it for the big picture of stuff. We did. I did it as much for myself as I did
Sure,
for
because you would
the
lose your
kids
mind
and-
if she's not in your life.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it was important to me that Jackie and Kathleen have the relationship that they have, because I want anybody who's close to me to be involved with each other.
Of course.
That's why it was so important for me to have you meet Jordy recently, because now she's a new member of this circle.
Yeah.
So you were the last one who hadn't met her yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that I want everybody who's close to me to know each other and be close with each other.
But I mean, to build on what I said, don't you think that no matter who it came from, don't you think there's just sort of a level of disdain for it because they're not elevated enough to pull it off themselves?
I think so, and I can only imagine the things that Jackie goes through as Jeff's girlfriend, and what maybe her friends or family say to her, like
Yeah.
like how do you put up with that, and how can you have her in your life too?
Yeah.
For me, now it's security. If I die tomorrow, I know my kids have a core family.
Yeah, of course.
and I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
anything. There's
You get heat from motherfuckers?
yeah.
Jackie got
Yeah.
heat. Jackie ain't afraid of heat.
She
man.
ain't afraid of heat.
Just
Forget
heat for me.
afraid,
That's all.
She welcomes heat.
And you
Jackie's
know
like,
what?
oh, you got heat?
You got heat?
And it wasn't
Zip,
easy.
zip, zip.
It wasn't easy. I'm not saying it was all like we all joined hands and started
Yeah,
skipping
yeah.
down Broad Street.
Kumbaya.
It was, there was a while where I think each of us had to process it and
Of
say,
course.
you know what, he was my best. He is my best friend.
Yeah.
And he always will be. I tell him everything now, even all the things that I go through, my trials, my tribulations, like what should I do in this situation. He knows me better than anybody else, and I can tell him when he's being an asshole. He can tell me when I need to calm down.
Can you tell him for me? No, but when you said it wasn't easy.
All rules are out the window tonight. Everybody's shooting on everybody.
It is. It's a shoot.
And there's times where it's not even to this day. There's times that I've talked about and I've expressed to Jeff, we might all go out to a family event, you know, we might go to a celebration for one of the kids' things or a school play or a school show or something, and we come home, and if it's not my night with the kids and they kind of drop me off, you know, I get like, you know, I don't have, you know, my kids coming in the house with me,
of course.
and not that I'm like, they can't go over there. You know, I'm happy that they have Jeff and Jackie to go home with, but then I'm home sometimes alone.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure he has that, you know, when I'm going to the shore for the weekend and he's got to work.
Yeah.
She's at the beach with the kids. And,
Yeah.
you know, I wish I was at the beach with the kids, you know. So there's not, it's not all perfect.
The thing is that it's like, again, I don't know where this came from. It's struck me and Gavin over the past year. We're being PMA. We're PMA dudes now.
That's right.
No, but I hear you
It's going
say that,
swimmingly.
and then it is going swimmingly. I hear you say that, and then I'm like, but I'm listening to you, and I'm like, but you are super blessed, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's going on without them
Right.
does suck.
Right.
But there's the alternative.
Right.
We know people who have horror scenes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
y'all know my situation. It ain't sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is like rough on me every day. You know what I mean? But I can't. There's no control there. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I don't take for granted that or pretend like a big factor in it is the level of person that Kathleen and Jackie both are.
That's what I mean.
Absolutely.
You didn't get
I'm
lucky once. You got lucky twice or 5 times, incling the kids.
I mean, it's no fucking news. I ain't no picnic to deal with.
No,
Sometimes
you're not.
You know what I mean?
Shocker.
No.
I need. What'd you say?
Jackie's shooting.
Listen,
Kaylee's like baby J.
I'm so I'm so complicated that I need.
You need 5 people to get you through every day.
I kind of do.
I mean-
like, but you know, it's all right. I've
Yeah.
accepted that at this point. It's okay.
Yo, man, whatever works.
The shit gets done.
but you've grown a lot, and I hate to say it that way, like I sound like a mom or preachy, but I think through the experience that you have evolved, and that has been
That's right.
really cool for me to see and watch, and that you get out and do some things that you weren't able to do with me.
Yeah, out of your comfort zone.
No,
And-
well,
and,
well.
you know,
Flo doesn't know how to
it's good.
react to emotion because he's a humanoid, you know,
Void of emotion.
right? With the lack thereof, it's you should. Hopefully maybe the scene makes it where he just. It looks like there's a cartoon question mark over his head whenever shit hits the fan on this show because he's a robot. Like I have 3 robots in my life. My business partner, DJ Clips, and Pablo.
I couldn't think of who the other one was.
Yeah, and it's like I realize when I'm talking to bots, like halfway through my thoughts, oh shit, I'm talking to I'm talking to a replicant, and his where his chest is really a motherboard, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I know this dude. We talk about how long all of us have known each other over and over and over and over again on this show. And I seen this dude break down once. Like, y'all be around me 1 week and see me break down. I seen him have one real breakdown. I'm not going to air out what it was. But it was some family shit and losing someone. That's the only time I ever seen him break down. But this dude's got, like... I mean, I don't know if he talks in a robot voice to the kids at home. Like,
I
please
have
make your
had
supper.
I've had a couple of experiences
that
with Pablo
zip
where
line.
there has been emotions, but they're few and far between, man.
I mean, I've seen emotion, but I've never seen the shit hit the fan. Just one time.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with talking about this right now.
But all right, we don't have to get.
Let's
into,
lighten it up.
into
What happened in the news
no,
today?
No, we don't have to get into your issues. But will you admit you're a bot, or you know selling that you're a bot because you enjoy mocking
Yes.
Jan and Bob bot.
Yes.
And enjoy the jokes I make about A and that their motherboards are connected, but
Right.
I don't really see much of separation on how you compute.
I'm not so much a bot anymore as you think I am, but I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve where I want to talk about my feelings all day and night. Like
that's what we do.
Is that because
Yeah.
you're super manly?
Yeah, I'm all man, 100%. You 100,
I'm all man.
100% USDA meat man.
I like the pause. USDA
Meat man.
meat man.
Meat man.
Is meat man one little
Yeah.
little purple?
That's right.
Little purple.
Yeah.
Little purple sicko.
Meat man loves us some cuddling with some purple manatee. PPM. Get him over here.
That's all right. Keep turning it on me because you can't deal with your own.
You're right. You're very right. That was deflection
That's
at its
all right.
finest.
25
But-
years, I'm used to it.
But he's like, what he just said was, I'm not a bot, but I don't want to talk about my
Right.
own. Like, you're basically.
I'm good, man.
I
He's
cannot
like,
compute
he's like,
this
but he was like,
conversation.
I am not a robot. So,
I'm good where I'm at right now.
I
Deflect.
know, we
I'm
didn't-
good.
We didn't say you weren't, but you're a bot.
Half of one.
3/4 at least.
I'm saying like I was 68% bot.
Easily.
Yeah, I mean,
Easily.
so
And which it's strange because he's Italian. We're known to
Look,
wear our emotions on our sleeve.
remember I told you my story with Ancestry.com and getting the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we know he's not going to pay for it. So me, you,
I
and-
already have it. I did
No,
the
you did
23andMe.
a different one.
No,
though,
you did
right?
some. You did some.
That's the genome stuff. That's more.
No, you did a game. You got. No, you got
Yeah,
work.
because you didn't do the DNA deal, did you?
Yeah,
Did you?
that's all that one is.
Did
for
ya?
the, yeah, asshole.
I'm
I'm like,
saying-
it says I'm 80% Italian, 20% Balkan, which I knew. I knew there was some Balkan in there somewhere.
But I like that he's saying Balkan with a U. Like you're.
I thought he was
you're-
talking about Balky from fucking.
I thought he
Perfect
was.
Strangers.
I
What'd
thought
you
he was talking about taking roids.
What's that?
Balkan.
Balkan up?
Yeah,
Nah.
it's Balkan, man.
He's
The
from
Ba-
the
Yeah, the
Balky
Balkan
guys.
Mountains. Yeah, the Balkan Mountains.
I mean,
Right around that area.
I think that's where they manufacture bots, and that's where you're from.
I mean,
Oh boy.
Are you denying that he's a bot? That's what you're trying to tell me?
Somebody's got to be strong while you guys are all fucking crying every night. You know what I'm saying? I'm the
Wow.
rock. I'm the rock right
Man.
here. I'm
Am
the
I-
rock.
Am I denying that he's a bot?
Look, man.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's heat with me.
I
I think
can't. I
there's-
can't stooge him off on
I,
things.
I think going kind of trying to bring it back to as what the topic
To yourself.
had
Yeah, go
as,
ahead.
One of the things that kind of didn't get mentioned as far as like we've all gone our own ways, and for most of us we don't have what you would call traditional family roles, but we all kind of came
Pablo
out
does.
of most of us, we all kind of came out of a world where you kind of learn this thing where you once you get to a certain age, you can start choosing your own family. It's not you can do something outside of the cards you were dealt with. Like your family's not always just blood. And I think because of like the punk rock and hardcore background that all of us do, I think we've really embraced that. I think that's why squares can't wrap their heads around like something like you guys have, because it's goes against their very foundation. I don't know, but I think for me, I know that plays a huge role in my life to this day. I'm 43 years old, and I still, bump heads with my parents over philosophical differences. I mean, so I just think, we all came out of that kind of situation. I think that kind of helps us be maybe more prepared for these non-traditional kind of roles that we've fallen into. I don't know.
Look, man. Nobody tells me shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's told me shit from day one. I've always had a problem
Since
with anybody.
birth?
Yeah, man. I've always had that problem. Like
You
it-
came out
it's
with
beca-
heat?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It was all. Forget it. So
You're about to go down the road.
So I've always had that problem to the point that it's become not so fun at times. I cannot be told what to do by anybody. I do not do well with a boss. I've always had a problem at every job I've ever had. I did not do
being
well.
us is difficult, man.
It is. So
It's hard work being us.
In school, I had a problem. In
Cigarette
work
right there.
conditions, I had a problem. In fucking life, I've had problems. Like it's not all. It's not an easy thing to have that personality trait.
No, trust me, I know all too well.
It's cool to say in theory. Oh, nobody tell
Of
me shit.
course.
But when the reality of that is the case, I can't be told shit. You can ask Kathleen or Jackie. Like you can't tell me nothing.
The reality is everything that we would put ourselves over for at one point eventually turns on you.
Yeah, it becomes
You know,
a detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but one of the things was I'm not going to let somebody dictate because of the way society views certain things and the way society thinks certain things have to be in certain situations. I'm not going to let that dictate the way we handle our deal.
Sure.
And I'm not saying me. I mean me, Kathleen, Jackie,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was on the same page, and we said we make these fucking rules.
Mhm.
We make the rules of our lives, and we make the rules of the people we surround ourselves with, and the family that we make, and the way we're gonna raise the kids, and
Yeah.
all that shit, you know. And certainly, I'm not letting some fucking square Joe fucking tell me
Yeah.
that this is the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to go to court. You're supposed to fucking split this.
Right,
We
right.
literally went and was like, just give us a fucking piece of paper to sign, man. And they kind of didn't know what to do with us.
Yeah, because
They were like,
they
what?
did-
Yeah. Well, you got to get. We were like, we
Making-
ain't got to get
make-
shit.
yeah,
Get the
making
fucking
sense
piece
didn't
of
make sense
paper.
to them.
Right. Get the fucking piece of paper. We'll pay you what we got to fucking pay you. We want to sign it and be done with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, like they didn't know what to
Of
do
course.
with it. It's just bizarre what has become the norm in society.
Well, logic baffles them typically.
Does.
Just hardcore logic baffles the average person. They don't know how to. There's no coping skills for logic. Pablo's fucking smiling.
So what we're saying is Kathleen's available. Is that what we're saying?
Not for you.
Damn it.
Not for you. And
I could use a
there's
guma. You know what I'm saying? She cooks well.
There's a
She's
little
got a
bit.
place. She's got her own place.
There's certainly a screening process between me and Vinny. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
all my brothers
The first
got
one's
a
getting
CD.
beat up again.
So anybody with the name Taco in it isn't good.
No. Vetoed. No sandals. No taco.
Oh, Vito. I thought you were saying you like a guy named
Name
Vito.
Vito. Hey, hey.
Oh,
Hey,
hey. Indeed. Indeed.
Vito's currently jailing with Phil.
He's his bunkie.
Yeah.
Vito is of the Amino family, but on another.
He's a
Yeah, but it's not Vito
He's a
Amino.
cousin.
It's a cousin.
He's a cousin. He wasn't involved in the rolls or the balls.
He's Vito Tartaglia.
Yes. Yeah.
The Tartaglias are on the mother side.
Yeah.
It's Phil Amino's mom's sister.
They didn't have a whole lot of contact.
Nah.
If they did, maybe Phil wouldn't have ended up where he ended up.
Right, but then they both went down the wrong path without knowing each other.
Bad apples.
Yeah, and look, it comes from birth.
I mean, they don't fall far from the tree.
They don't.
And a bird in a bush.
Two in the hand.
You said
Look,
it.
they don't fall too far from two in the hand.
You can kill two bushes in one throw.
You're reading off my document again?
Look, man, you can't kill two
You get
bushes.
10 ramens for 2 balls.
Look, you can't get 2 ramens. Look, you can't get 2 ramens for 10 balls, man.
So could only put the cap back on that pen.
The worm
There's
gets
too
up.
much to write down.
The worm
The
gets
early
up
bird-
earlier
The early
than
bird gets the hot ramen, shrimp ramen.
yeah. 7 worms in a
annoyed.
bush, drink a cup of coffee, and seize the day.
All right. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to take our first break of the night. You're listening to the Broad Street Breakdown, broadstreetbreakdown.com. We'll be back here to pick up the pieces.
Philomeno. What's up, Phil?
Yeah, you know who it is. It's your boy Big Chris, the Almighty DMS crew. I'm over here in Europe breaking names, taking names. Always listen to my brother Vinnie Paz, Broad Street Breakdown, one of the realest OGs in the game. Much respect to the hip hop and hardcore nations. One.
And we're back.
Hey, what's up?
Lot of mercy.
Sicko tells
Yo, no.
Sicko tells me that
Out of
during the
Canada.
break that we've received at least two letters. At least 2 letters complaining about my eating on the air. So let me tell you something. You don't fucking like that I eat on the air. You can fucking turn on another fucking thing, man. I'm nice guy. You know what I mean? Like, I've been nothing but nice on this fucking show. You don't want to fucking make me mad and start talking some bullshit about my eating in my house on my fucking podcast. Fuck you. Fucking unfollow the fucking page. Stop listening to the fucking show. You don't fucking like it. Go fuck yourself. And yo, I'm a Crescent Street Tattoo. Come see me. You don't like it.
I mean, I can't really follow up
That was
that
a
promo.
promo.
It's cut a
You
promo.
fucking come see me anytime. I'll eat fucking Rice Krispies on your fucking head.
Rice Krispies?
Snap crack.
Maybe, what's that other gimmick I like,
Shredded
Kelly?
wheat.
The little wheat
Frosted
ones. Yeah,
Mini
I like
Frosted
those
Winnie
gimmicks.
Wheats.
Yeah,
They're good.
They're good as shit.
Fuck, I'll make frosted mini wheats out of your head.
Slap you with a cheese sandwich.
Don't be,
motherfucker.
that's
Fucking
right.
Prick you.
Don't be writing us.
You stuttering prick yet?
Don't be fucking writing us with
That's what
complaints.
they make it for.
We don't have a complaint box.
No.
And if we did, we'll fucking smash it over your head after you write the gimmick.
Fuck off.
Thank you. 'Cause he's a nice
Yeah,
guy.
he did. He bookended it with a thank you.
Put all you motherfuckers over and you're going to sit on your fucking computer and complain about my eating? Go fuck yourself.
I think you should eat during every.
From start to
Start
finish.
to
Now I'm going to eat more, you fucks.
See what happens?
Order some fucking Chinese
Yeah,
and a goddamn pizza.
you order shit we don't eat.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, get some Thai food over here.
I'm going to just chew it up and spit it out on the
Yeah,
air.
this-
We're now going to be conducting experiments to see exactly what is the loudest food on the microphone, and it'll just get more in the volume.
It's going to be Rice Krispies in about 10 minutes,
Right.
motherfuckers.
You thought his chewing gum was bad.
Yep.
Wait till you see what he's doing next.
Yeah, fuck off, man. Don't be fucking writing, fucking complaining about my life, motherfucker. Fuck you. I do what I do.
But you don't think you need to have some sort of professional courtesy?
I do what I do. My professional courtesy is fucking being here, pal.
Didn't you hear the first part? He don't like being told stuff.
You're gonna sit at your fucking computer and think, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna type out complaints about a podcast that I listen to for free that's now gonna be 2 times a week that we fucking put everybody over on fucking Twitter. We make everybody part of the fucking family. And you're gonna sit there and spend fucking however much time complaining about me and my eating habits on the air? Go fuck yourself. Now I'm gonna eat more, you motherfucker. Fuck you.
Well done. Well done, sir.
I'll tell you what. For the people that complain, now
Thank
it's
you.
$20 an episode. How you like that? It's not free anymore. We'll find you.
Yeah. For you? Just for you.
He's playing both sides of the fence because he thinks you're lacking professionalism. Then he's trying to.
I'm just asking his opinion on what he thinks about his own self, his own.
He's being like Paul E. Like he's
He's stirring the pot.
yeah. That's
yeah,
okay.
real deal.
He's massaging the ramen.
He just did Paul Lee at SummerSlam.
You know what Kathleen said? She said, I'm massaging the ramen.
Speaking of Paul Lee, so what we saw at SummerSlam and Brock, Randy Orton, you and I watched it live. We both watched it more than once. You watched it like 5 times, I think. I watched it twice, and then considering we just watched it again, so I saw it 3 times. I guess everybody was in a tizzy talking about Brock. What were they saying? This was a shoot. It turned into a shoot. You and I agree a million %. It's not up for debate that Randy was sandbagging him. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely. 100% proving once again that Randy is the shits. He can't fucking work.
He's a dickhead.
Many people wouldn't have been able to fucking suplex him at all because of the way he was fucking sandbagging Brock. But Brock is such a fucking freak that he just
agreed.
literally fucking threw him over with no help from Randy at all.
There was 3 or 4 of them where I was gonna say to you, if this wasn't Brock, he doesn't lift him up more than a foot off the ground.
Because
He was
Randy's a big dude.
really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not Brock, like, you ain't lifting that motherfucker over your
No.
head and dumping him on his fucking head. It's like
No.
it's not happening.
No, I mean, to me, we've discussed it, I guess, a little bit on air, a lot between the two of us. I know we don't understand why he's over. People say he's the most perfect in every way, superstar. If you could build a wrestler from the ground up, he would be it. I don't understand if it's Marks from the Midwest or Hicks. What are we not seeing?
I'm not sure. I mean, he
I think he's trash on the stick. He's proven to be the shits. I don't know.
he can't work. He's got the one move thing.
Yeah.
That fucking thing that went around a year ago with him RKOing random
That was-
people.
that was
the
brilliant.
best thing he ever
Right.
did.
That was brilliant. He didn't do it.
Right.
Whoever did that, big up.
Yeah.
Made him good. The only time I ever popped for Randy Orton was when you sent me the RKO thing.
Right. That shit was fucking all
Yeah,
right.
and I like when that kid RKO's the girl into
in the pool.
into the lake. Or
Yeah,
the pool.
yeah.
I like that too. And but I think he's corny. I think he's trash on the stick. People mark for him. I don't know if girls mark for him, but he's a good-looking guy or something. Is that part of the angle? Is there like a Roman thing going on there?
I mean, maybe he looks. You know, he looks the way he looks. He's got those fucking tattoos and the
He's
deal.
handsome. He's a hunk.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly not like Braun Strowman. So,
Right,
like,
right.
you know, whatever the fuck.
Cat,
but
is Orton a hunk?
Mm,
No.
not to me.
See, that's why though. She knows. Marks don't know.
she's hip, man. She, you know, me and Kathleen used to go see fucking EC Dub at the arena back in the day.
She thinks a young Terry is a hunk though.
I think Lord Stephen Regal is a hunk.
That was her man, Steven Regal.
I'm a Mark.
Yeah, I mean,
Love,
I'm a
love,
Mark.
Yeah.
Was a Mark then. A Mark now. Blackpool dude is bare knuckle dude. He's a goon.
Kathleen was wrapped up for a little while, but was never a mark. But some of the shit that she saw, some of the marks who listened to us, their heads would explode.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of like, yeah, this is cool.
Right.
But she saw, you know, Funk and fucking Sabu and
Right, right.
all the heads
Yeah,
back in the
indeed.
day.
But yeah, back. What did it? We talked, and I guess everyone was losing their minds talking about
Literally losing their fucking minds.
losing their gourd. People's heads were
Yeah.
exploding around the world, talking about what happened. It got out of control. XYZ. You and I are firm believers that fucking nothing happens in that company without Vince's knowledge. Nothing.
Yeah.
Unless someone goes rogue, and that doesn't happen. The closest thing you could ever say to someone going rogue is Punk, and we both still think that's a work. He's coming back after he gets his ass demolished in the other fucking working company, UFC.
Yeah, I mean, Punk is maximum 3 fights and he's back.
Yeah. I think that's giving him a little. I think he might take such an L in one. He might be back, but my guess is 2. You're saying 3, so maybe we'll.
Well, I think he's got a 3-fight deal.
Yeah, but that.
So if he somehow wins the first one,
Yeah, well then you. Yeah.
But then again, then you get into the work of it. Like he's winning the first one,
Of course.
Like, I mean, there's no doubt in my
Of course.
fucking mind that he's winning the
Whether-
first one.
There's 2 ways to make that work happen. You either put him in with a Dominican cab driver, or you put in a guy who knows that he's working.
They I couldn't tell you who it is, but they recently said who his first guy's gonna be.
Okay.
And he's, quote, good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's not fucking Randy Couture or
Right.
whatever.
But he's like a real guy.
yes. But 10 fights, I want to say, total that he's
Okay.
had.
Okay.
And like I'm making this up, but somewhere like 1-8 lost 2 kind of
Right.
thing.
He's
So
not
he's-
Fugaga.
right.
Yeah.
But you're right. The guy's gonna be in on the work.
Right.
Like, yo, here's $500,000 to fucking go to the second round and fucking
Yeah. Do
get
the job.
tapped out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's a
Yeah,
given.
Huh?
That's a given.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is there's so many ways that a work can happen because now I didn't know about this opponent. You're saying he's a legit guy or whatever, but if it was a bum, he might not even be in on the work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's how deep
Well,
it goes.
everybody thinks, and we talked about this a long time ago, but everybody thinks that when something's a work, it's black and white. It's
Right,
not
and
always
there's
black
so
and white.
much gray area in the work.
There's so much. If one or two people are in on the work, it's a work.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have to be in on it. So when we were talking about Ronda Rousey fighting whoever she was fighting
Holly
at the time,
Holm.
yeah.
An ex-boxer, by the way.
Yeah, and we were saying it was a work. It doesn't mean that either one of them might not have been on it. Like it can
Dana might have said, "I know who would wash her. That's who I'm going to put her in
it
with."
could have been. Yeah, it could have just been Dana and Ronda in on it.
Right.
The other girl could have not even been in on it.
Right.
And she went out there really fighting.
Right.
A work is so multi-layered and so complicated that it doesn't have to be what you have in your head that you think is a work.
Exactly.
It can be many other things. And if there's even a little bit of a take on something, it's a work.
Exactly.
So, heads losing their fucking mind over thinking Brock was shooting.
Right.
Thinking that wasn't, quote, supposed to happen.
It was
supposed to
1,000% supposed to happen. They told him he was going to get hard weighed.
Absolutely.
They can't blade or they get fined.
So
they got color without blading.
The only thing that I think may have been, quote, an accident is the amount that he bled.
I agree.
And there's no way you can determine
No.
that. So Vince got in their ear and said, look, bust Randy open. If you rewatch it, Brock is on top of Randy, hitting him. Randy's hands are up. For the two
shots.
elbows, hands down. And you can almost see Randy say, okay, or Brock say, okay.
Yeah.
Randy's hands go down, dramatically go
Let's
down.
go home.
And it's boom, boom,
Yeah.
two. The first one cut him. The second one
Opened
fucked
it
him
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
he's leaking like a sieve.
right. Couple things to say about that. The way Brock handled it, brilliant. By jumping on him again a couple times,
Agreed.
absolutely brilliant.
Paulie.
Brilliant. Shane coming out. You think Shane was supposed to come out in that?
Fuck no.
That was
They
they
called
called
that.
it. Yep, they called it on the spot. Shane came out. Fucking distraction thing. Took attention away from Randy bleeding like a fucking stuck pig all
Yeah.
over the ring.
That's not good for TV. Like pools of blood.
Well, the thing is that now WWE is a publicly traded company. They have investors that they have to worry about what their opinion on things is. So you're absolutely right. You can't.
But they did it on the network, not on TV.
Right. If that happened on Raw, and I'll tell you right now why. Vinny just made me think of something. I'll tell you right now why it was absolutely intentional. The camera work was right on
Yep.
him. They don't want you to see something, you're not going to see it. A couple weeks ago, when that dude jumped in the ring with Seth,
Nobody saw anything.
you didn't see it. You saw the back of the dude's head for literally half a second. You didn't see fucking shit. You know why? Because they didn't want you to see it. There's fucking
Talk
10
about a fan jumped in.
A fan
he
jumped
bum
in.
rushed.
A fan jumped in and security fucking
He
stomped
did the
him.
gimmick like, "Woo, loo, loo, loo."
Yeah.
No, this
Caught a
dude,
fucking bad one.
this guy had a knife supposedly.
Uh.
So he jumped in the ring before Seth even had a chance to react. He was in the middle of a promo, and before he had a chance to react, security fucking jumped him. But you didn't see any of this. I knew what was going on only because I caught really quick the back of the dude's head. And I said to Jackie, I think, yo, somebody just jumped in the ring. And then they kept the tight shot on Seth while they've drug him out of the ring and stomped his ass outside.
Oh, he got
They did the Vegas gimmick where
Yo,
they're like
they-
breaking your
They
fingers.
beat the ghost out this motherfucker, man, because there's fan footage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, that came out like 20 minutes later. So the you don't see what they don't want you to see something, you don't see it. So that camera shot was absolutely 100% on Randy. They didn't want you to see that. They would have cut away to Brock or cut to Paulie or whoever, man. It was absolutely intentional, absolutely supposed to happen. Maybe Randy said, "Okay, lay into me now." Like one of them communicated to the other one when he was on top of him, hitting him, and he fucking 2 elbows. Go rewatch it.
Bang,
It's
bang.
bang, bang. And the first one did the cut. The second one fucking opened it up.
Yep.
And anybody who thinks that I'm going to tell you why right now I think the Brock character and Paul Lee is the most brilliant thing going on in the world in wrestling today, because motherfuckers believe it. They believe that Brock is a fucking killer. They believe that fucking Brock could go off at any time. They believe that Brock is that legit guy, including fucking Chris Jericho.
You know, well, I wanted to. So, word from the back from multiple sources is that as soon as he got back, Jericho flipped his shit in defense of Orton, and that the elbow, it was too much, that he was working too stiff, which means Jericho, who worked Japan, ECW, WCW, and has been with Vince since what, 99?
It's been a long. Yeah, Y2J, the whole that.
He got work too.
The story that I heard, I've heard a couple stories, and the one I've heard most often is he goes to Gorilla and talks to Michael Hayes. Says to Michael Hayes,
Is this
what the
supposed to
fuck?
happen?
Yeah, this is what we're doing now. And Hayes didn't answer him. Hayes was kayfabing it.
Yeah.
Jericho
Which
says,
is kind of crazy, but
I mean, Hayes is no,
yeah. Steezooge.
Right. As they're talking, Brock comes through the curtain.
Right.
Jericho is in the process of saying, "This is bullshit. This is what we're doing now. This is bullshit." Brock says to him, "Shut up, pussy.
Yeah.
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Mind, worry about what you're fucking doing."
Yeah.
Because Brock thought that he was talking shit on the match, not
Right.
on what happened.
Right. Yeah, you.
Yeah. And Jericho's like, "Yeah, fuck me, fuck you," and then they got into it.
Yeah.
So.
And then I heard Vince got involved and had to tell Jericho they were working.
Vince's quote to Jericho that I heard from two different things. Chris, everything's a work.
Yeah.
Like we told you months ago.
Many months ago.
So, Jericho's a fucking mark, just like everybody else.
Yep.
All these podcast motherfuckers at first were like, what the fuck? Yo, marks.
This kid, when I posted, "You're a mark if you think that was a shoot," blah, blah, blah. Some kid wrote me that he's been working for 10 years and that it was unprofessional either way or something. So I told this kid, "Listen, man, they told him that you were working with Brock. It's gonna be it's gonna be stiff as fuck. It's gonna be snug, and they told you you're gonna get hard weight. So don't fucking get in there and work with this fucking guy if you're not prepared for that." And the kid was like, "I didn't think of it that way." I'm like, "You're a worker and you didn't think of it that way?"
We don't shit on anybody more than we shit on Orton, but I'll tell you this: he's third generation from fucking two goons.
Absolutely.
The old school way was when they were working in an arena and the seats were super fucking close to the ring, sometimes you couldn't use the blade. So
Yeah.
what was the old school way?
Hard
way me. You take your fucking knuckle and you hit somebody on the eyebrow, fucking bust them open.
Yeah.
You hit somebody at the hairline where fucking Randy got hit.
Yeah.
You hit him a certain way, bust it open.
Yeah.
That way it looks legit. That's an old Harley race thing,
Yeah.
man. Harley used to do it all the fucking time.
Yep.
So, this ain't nothing new. And maybe Randy learned something from his father and his grandfather and said, "Yo, this is what we need to do tonight."
Yeah, we have to do this because potentially, whether it happened or not, I thought the AJ and Cena match was brilliant, by the way, and I don't put Cena over really ever as a worker,
Cena,
I
man,
love
when
that match.
Cena's in there with somebody who's fucking good,
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, he
when
is.
he's in there with somebody who's the shits, he's awful.
But I think they knew that they had to do something because it was going to be,
Fuck, it's the last match of the weekend, so you were coming out of NXT,
Right.
which was fucking brilliant. If you
Next
didn't see
level.
NXT, you gotta watch that fucking
take
pay-per-view.
over that fucking tag team match, man.
Fuck, man. That and fucking Joe and
Nakamura.
fucking
Crazy.
brilliant. As it turns out, excuse me, everybody thought Joe was busted his jaw
Uh-huh.
working the whole time.
I
Get
didn't
the
know
hell
that.
out of
Yeah, I thought
nothing.
What's that?
I said, get the hell out of here.
I thought his shit was busted.
Yeah.
Because they played that shit back.
I think he even worked the ref because the ref put the
he
X
put
up.
the X. Well, you
Yeah.
and I were like, you
Yeah.
saw the X of doom.
And they don't fuck around with that. So the
No,
referees
no.
won't work that.
No.
But Joe may have been working the ref.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Like selling it so hard
Yeah.
that the ref was like, something's wrong.
No, that's brilliant if that's the case. And then the other thing was, since we're speaking of shoots and works, that I guess they're trying to make this post show after. I guess there's a post show after Raw and SmackDown. The SmackDown is talking smack. I guess that they're trying to make it look like a shoot. The show,
Yeah.
give it a vibe of almost like Sports Center.
Right.
You
Like
know?
right.
And Miz and Brian got into some shit, and a bunch of marks thought that was real as well. I don't know what to tell you, people who thought that was fucking shit. I really
I'll
don't.
tell you this, it's the best thing Miz ever did.
Agreed.
A couple months ago, you said to me, I'm starting to mark for Miz, and I was like, I'm not having it, not
Yeah.
having it. And then about a week or two after that, I remember writing to Chris, our friend Chris, who was on
Yeah.
the show before. I remember writing to him being like, fuck, man, I'm starting to mark for Miz. Vinny told me 2 weeks ago, and now I'm starting to fucking mark for him, but I don't want to admit it. And Chris was like, nah. And then on Chris's Facebook the other night was like, that was the most brilliant thing Miz ever did. So maybe he's starting to like.
He's turning the corner or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Well, the craziest corner that was ever turned in recent memory was the shit work Jericho was doing, and we were like, oh, this guy was, Japan guy could work, and these promos are the shits. And then when they turned him uber heel and the shit he's been doing with Steen, man, as best friends, and they're fucking with that one announcer.
His $750 scarf.
They're calling him the scarf is brilliant. I mean, he's doing brilliant stuff now. But yeah, I mean, I know that we were chomping at the bit to discuss this topic. So I mean,
Yeah, man.
you
Nothing.
can't hit but chomp. So I don't know anyone who's.
Just nothing that happened over the weekend is a shoot, man. Finn's injury is real. I saw the pictures of his operation and it looks nasty.
What did the doctor say?
6 months, he'll be out. That's it, man. You know, him
Yeah.
popping his shoulder back in, that was real.
That was and G'd up too.
He went another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, come on,
Yeah.
stop it.
Stop it. It's like and it was 9 hours long. That thing.
It fucking was.
Like.
I started it at work, watched it for a while at work, all the way on the drive home, through dinner, back home, and then put it on TV. It was still like a quarter of the way through. It was fucking long, man.
Yo, man, I remember I put it on mad late, like say 4 or 5 in the morning, and it was like I heard traffic outside by the time the main. I'm like, yo,
Right.
man,
Going home traffic,
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
morning traffic.
I'm like, yo,
Evening
did I go through a wormhole, man? Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Right. Started getting dark again,
Yeah, that's
but it was still Roman and Rusev.
that's Broad Street Breakdown on the biz. I'm gonna throw it over to oh man, I was gonna use his new name, but I'm gonna throw it over to Sicko. How are you, pal?
I'm doing great, Vin.
Did you like how respectful I just was?
That was nice. Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate that. I'm sure that'll surely stem the tide of me being.
Pablo's doing something. Man.
Word association. Get the hat.
Get the
I'm
hat
not
in
done.
parentheses.
You fucked me up.
Oh my God.
Word
what the fuck is
association.
he doing?
Get the hat.
He's got the.
Oh my God.
This is a fucking horror scene.
Oh my God. I gotta
Like,
take a.
Mad
Before we
Max.
start, I need to take a
Devil
picture of
Biz.
this so you all can see it.
Thunderdome.
This will be documented.
None of yous are gonna believe this shit. This fucking lunatic over here.
Hey, look a little bit.
Oh, I can't. Like,
Don't bump the mic.
Don't break the hip.
He's making.
He's breathing
he's doing-
like
speaking
it'll
in
come
tongues.
through in the
He's
photograph.
doing devil sound effects.
Was
Jesus.
that a devil?
Speaking of devil, real quick side note. Me and Sicko were just talking. Did you ever hear
Yo.
Did you ever
I don't
hear
think this should be brought up.
Oh, I'm bringing it up.
Oh, dude.
I'm not afraid of the devil stuff.
Oh, I am.
Did you ever hear the original score for The Exorcist that they couldn't use because it was making people like fucking tap out?
I'm hip to it. I mean, I don't have it on.
So I read this whole article, and I guess they put all these sort of like tones and whatnot that fucks with people's heads.
Yeah,
so I was like, I need to hear this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Listen to it. Got about 3 minutes into it. Was like, I'm out.
Nope. Don't need to hear it.
Yeah, I'm again, like I said, I'm hip, but it's sort of like, you see those woods,
Right.
There's a gimmick in there. I'm not.
Right.
I need to be hip, but I'm not going in there.
But I don't need to experience it.
Yeah, so,
I'm not afraid of things. This fucked with my head a little bit.
Yeah, well, they were they were doing all the Diabolus Musica, like the Devil's chords and shit like that with that original oh my God, this fucking guy's head.
I know.
It's what is that, first of all?
It's a devil mask.
The devil running with the devil.
I played it for Sicko in the backyard, and he was like 30 seconds in, like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
This make me feel
Made me feel anxious.
I played it for Jackie once. She put it on her iTunes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, she
is Satan.
She loved it.
Satan bows to her.
And Satan.
Helps her relax.
Can you only talk in the devil voice?
From word association. The devil speaks.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What is that?
That's devil voice.
Devil voice.
What is that you were singing?
The one from last week. That's the devil. Da-da.
All right.
Don't you remember when the guy wrote me the letter and called it the devil?
devil.
I remember that, but what?
The devil.
I remember that.
Shout at the devil.
Shout to the devil.
Shout at the devil.
Kathleen. Dead milkman.
So, Vin, for this week's word association, you
Yes.
pick the order. What order would you like to go in?
If you'd like me to go first, we can do it.
Hey, it's your call. I'm just the host.
Sure, let's do it this. We haven't done it this way. I don't
All
think.
right, so we'll go around. We'll end with Kathleen.
Sure.
All right. All right, I'm going to start off with an easy one and go Sub Pop.
Mudhoney, Tad, Mark Arm. That's what I think of.
OG.
I had some of those limited 7-inch releases that they did of the month, single of the month thing.
Mr. Dival.
Love the early stuff. Kathleen. Super.
I mean, he's keeping
First thing
kayfabe,
that
man.
comes to mind is Spinanes. Were they on Sub Pop? Weren't they? Were they on Spinanes?
I'm
Sounds
going to say
about
no, but I
no?
wouldn't know.
No, nobody here would know except
Yeah.
for me.
I've actually seen the Spinanes, but
So
I have
have I.
no. I never owned a record. I have no idea what they came out on. I actually want to guess Spin Art, but that's a complete shot in the dark.
I
Somebody
look it
that
up, but I can't type right now.
He can't even see through the dival mask. Alright, now I completely lost
Shot
my-
in the dark.
Vinny, special ed.
One step.
Alligator
away
souffle.
from
Nice.
you.
OG, special ed.
They talked about me going to those classes in 3rd grade.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Pablo.
Gilbert Gottfried in the video.
Did you call it?
Yeah.
Good call.
Wow.
She was
They're
right.
they were one of my little
you.
things.
Good for you.
Special ed.
Special ed. You're up.
It's not.
Yeah.
Piss.
Vinny. Dave Navarro.
Oh, wasn't he on?
I want to do a who's worse. Not for the champion. I won't put him up against Nuge.
Okay.
But if you had to call it, who's worse, Navarro or Lars Ulrich? Ooh. This is not for the championship. This is just a Saturday afternoon match.
For me personally, it's Navarro.
Okay.
Wow.
Who?
Navarro versus Lars.
Right this second,
Sure.
Navarro.
Okay. Dival.
Bark at the Ulrich.
The old Rick. Kathleen.
I'm gonna go with the devil
Diver, please.
and say Lars.
As we all should go with the dive. And it's a tough one, and the only thing that wins it for me is Lars attack
I
his
knew he would,
fans.
he would freak out with this thing on. I know dogs.
Now you've disturbed Chopper.
Dogs
You
don't
know
like
it's
devil bites.
you're not fooling.
If Chopper
I
bites
knew he would. He was staring at me like the devil's in the house.
You know the animals, they can tell.
I know they can.
They know about possession.
Every
They
movie
do.
has
They
them
They
in.
do.
every movie.
Yeah, they bark and run away. Thing.
As soon as you see the animal dip, you gotta break north, man.
Vinny, David Brenner.
Philly.
All day.
Brilliant on Stern.
Brilliant on Carson.
Kathleen, David Brenner.
passing.
You ain't the hunting king.
Brenner was good, man. My mom loved,
Loved him.
David Brenner.
Loved
too.
him. Soft pretzels. Vinny, Bob Backlund.
Chicken wing.
Nice. Superstar Graham made him cry.
Ah,
Yes.
Dival.
Didn't he win the belt at the Civic Center?
The Silvic Center.
Silvic Center. He did at the Silvic Center.
Kathleen.
Where's the Silvic Center?
It is no more.
Boston.
It's a cervix center now.
Oh my God. You shut up, Dival.
Pop Jackie from the other room.
Vinny, Tom Hardy.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh, gee.
Bronson, Craze, New Mad Max.
I'm not familiar.
The devil is not familiar.
Made me do it.
Kathleen, Tom Hardy.
Passing too.
Damn, it's a shame Jackie's not playing.
Sicko.
I'm going to say top 3 actors of our generation.
I'll agree.
Like, I've never been as blown away by an actor since, like, seeing De Niro or Brando for the first time.
Wow.
He's brilliant.
Give me a movie. What was he in?
He was
Bronson,
Bronson.
the Craze movie.
He was Bane in the fucking stupid Batman movie. You
He's
know, you
in
couldn't
the-
see his face.
He's in Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Wasn't Bane
No.
Eric Bana?
Yeah.
I don't
Who
know what
is this
that means.
speaking?
Is
Eric-
this the
I have to break
Dival?
because he's wrong. Bane was Eric Bana.
Who was Bane? Eric Bana or
Was it the Tyrant?
who are we talking about again?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
He was Tom Hardy in the new one. I mean, it was Tom Hardy as
Bane was.
Thank you.
Eric Bana is the Hulk.
In the
And-
shitty Hulk.
And Chopper.
He talking about the Hulk.
The Dival mask is messing him up.
I said Mad Max. God damn it.
Vinny, Run DMC.
That my oldest brother brought home Sucker MCs in '83. It changed my life.
OG.
My Adidas.
What was it?
Run DMC.
Oh. Classic Adidas.
Kathleen, any thoughts?
One of my faves.
Yay.
Might be how I impressed the OG, rapping some Run DMC down the aisle.
Okay. Okay.
That's a
True
true story.
Wow. That's a whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we want to hear that story.
Episode 25, maybe.
You're going to die. Vinny, Lester Bangs.
We were just talking about. Was it last episode?
I can't even remember.
I feel like whatever I say, I'll play myself what I said before.
No, I remember what it was. It wasn't this. Yeah,
Was it just
Sicko.
you and I?
No, Sicko brought it up. Somebody asked us recommendations for good books on our favorite music-related book,
Oh, right.
and Sicko put it over.
That's probably what made me think of it.
Yeah. Well, the recommendation is, I'll just co-sign that. That'll be my answer.
Fuck him.
Don't know him. Don't want to know him.
Now he's beat devil. Kathleen, anything?
Who, me?
Juice.
I'm 4'6'7".
Wow.
I'm diabetes juice.
Don't say it 3 times.
Vinny, Harley Race.
Oh man. Top 3 real life tough guys.
Jeffrey.
He's 150 years old, in a wheelchair, can barely walk, and would beat everyone in that up easily while smoking cigarettes and drinking beer.
Love the Oh wait. love the perm.
Yo,
I'm not mad at that.
Harley's gonna come to your house and fuck you up.
And not the devil.
Like how he said it halfway. He didn't like the tone. He didn't like the tone.
Fuck, man.
He was like, I like the. Hold on. I like the berm.
The devil demands perfection.
I'm realizing now, sitting next to Pablo,
You're not sitting
that the reason
Next to the devil.
the reason that Pablo can't look stuff up for us when we need him to is because he's looking up shit for himself.
Uh-huh.
No matter what we're talking about, he's got it up on Google.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
Only for things I black out at.
Vinny, the TV show Entourage.
Fucking hunk of fucking dog shit. Fuck.
I think I watched 2 seasons of it. I don't know. Yeah.
Pablo.
Loved it. Johnny Drama all day.
I'm just gonna say Turtle because we did watch it.
Yeah, like
First
2
2
seasons. Yeah.
My thing with that show is whenever it was on, I just had,
HBO.
whenever
Home box office.
when it was on, I had surgery and I had to spend like 3 months in bed. I basically couldn't move, and
Yeah.
you go through a lot. You go through a lot of TV, and I was so doped up on painkillers all the time that show was actually like I watched it however many seasons were out at that point. And I was like, this ain't bad. Went back and watched it more sober, like years later. I'm like, it's like the worst thing ever put on TV.
Yeah, it's a car crash.
All right, Vinny, the Great Muta.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Agreed. Gary Hart. Green mist, red mist. When you see the green mist, means you're in trouble. When you see the red mist, means shit is on. That's what Gary Hart used to say. I just heard that recently.
Really?
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Mr. Dival is
He used to
popping
tell the
sack.
boys in the locker room. You didn't look up Muda? Go ahead.
Because when you see the purple mist, that means Sicko's horny. Blame Jackie.
I think you're up, Kathleen.
Oh, Jeff said the green mist. I was going to say the green mist.
Vinny, how about the Wild Samoans?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say about Alpha and Sika. The shit Gavin said about Harley.
Right.
They're like 9,000.
Right.
The fucking mollywop all entire bar. Ironically, I don't think they're the toughest of all of them. I think Tonga is, but yeah, fucking goons.
Jeffrey.
Captain Lou. A lot of political power right now.
Okay.
Deep.
I know what he's gonna say.
Top 20 best tag team.
That's not what I thought.
How about the Angry Samoans?
That's what I thought Pablo was gonna say.
Ah.
I get it, but not as much of a mark as you would think.
Yeah, same for me. I like. I'm blanking out on the one song I like. There's a
Poke,
lot.
poke, poke your eyes out.
Nah. Lights out.
Yeah. Poke, poke, poke your lights out. Lights out.
Lights out.
Stick an axe in your head. Poke your eyes out. Lights out.
Is that the
The
one?
one
I'm
the
thinking of?
accused did later with them on the accused album.
Oh, could be.
The accused.
Who is it?
All day.
The Angry.
The Angry Samoans.
Top 30 best tag team.
Yes! Love the Dival. Kathleen, the Angry Samoans?
Not my thing.
All right. And one last one. Vinny. Mike Ehrmantraut.
Jesus, I haven't fucking heard that name.
Who the fuck is Mike Ehrmantraut?
You know who Mike Ehrmantraut is. That's cheating.
Oh, Mike, Breaking Bad Mike.
Yeah.
I fucking blanked on that.
Whatever I'm gonna say, whatever I would say, Gavin is gonna say. He's the heaviest thing on both series.
Yes.
Mr. Dival.
Philly cop, watch your back.
Kathleen, anything?
No.
All right, and that wraps up
Watch the TV.
another exciting, Dival-filled installment.
If you enjoy, excuse me, if you enjoyed the Dival as much as I did, please let us know.
Fuck, wait till you see them pictures.
Let us know. The Dival might sit in more.
The Dival is about to become a permanent fixture.
I want him to sit in on more skits.
Well done. Well done.
Whenever I look at our little gimmick, I see the fucking dear Vin, man. It's like a vein in my forehead starts. I actually saw a good one.
Here's some fucking thoughts from
So
some maniac.
I'm reading this one because I have to clean the stench of last week's. So
You need a palate cleanser?
yeah, a palate cleanser before I get into some fuckery. So this one was all right. Let me make sure I don't say his name. Yeah, yo, Vinny, I doubt you read your messages. Dear Vin, I doubt you read your messages, but I would just like to say thank you. Your music has helped me through many difficult periods of my life. Just 2 hours ago, I was attending my friend's funeral as he perished to his battle with cancer. He's 20. Listening to your music, even during times like these, has always soothed me and allowed my emotions to be released through song rather than violence, which is a refreshing change for me. Keep changing the world, Mr. Paz. You are one of the best. I don't agree with the last two lines, but I'd like to thank that guy. It was nice to read that. And not everybody's a fuckhead that writes me. So I figured I should pit that kid over for saying something nice. Sicko found some good ones. This one says some things in it that will probably break kayfabe, so I'm gonna skip it because the poor bastard is gonna figure out. This one's pretty good. Dear Vin. Oh man. Dear Vin. Hello. May I be forced to get the opening slot?
Whoa.
Yo, man.
That's an
I don't know what this fucking guy's on about. I'm assuming he wants to open up for me and doesn't know English.
in more ways than one.
Yeah,
I
oh,
think.
yeah. He wants the opening slot. I'll give him-
Forcibly.
Force it.
Force the opening slot.
Ayo.
Wow,
All right, this
What else do you say?
I mean, take a fucking walk, man. Fuck. This may seem evil that I'm reading this one just because it's not. There's nothing really. It's not like rude or anything. It's just, it's crazy the access that in this era that people are given to you and the brass balls they have to think that I've done shit for people bigger than this. It's just crazy to me that it's so often. All right. I'm not gonna say the girl's name. I'm gonna say the guy's name because I think it's funny. Dear Vin, my name is Glibberglobber.
Not Glippaglava.
I'm from blank. I'm not gonna say his name. My boyfriend Glipglop is a fan of yours, and recently I begun to like your music too, because he listens to it all the time. I would have a big request from you.
Of course.
Once that hits, I know I'm up fucking Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Because they lull you in. You're like, oh, this is just a nice message.
Just write a nice gimmick, man.
That's
Let me
great.
live. Let me live.
And then you get to like the third line, and you're like, oh.
But I gotta ask you like, damn, man. Well, you should just ask me from the rip, then.
Right.
Don't try to butter me up. I would have a big favor request from you. He will turn 30 this month, and I would really like to make him a very special gift. A happy birthday video from Jedi Mind Tricks. He will be speechless. Now, let me go back to this line.
A happy birthday.
Check it. This is the part that I like a lot. I would really like to make him a very special gift. Man, what the fuck is you doing? I'm doing all this work in this motherfucker if it gets done. How the fuck is you doing it? If I was to have done it, he should just give her the Heisman and write me a thank you note.
I think she needs to rethink her definition of special.
Yeah, I mean, Oh, a birthday video from Jedi Mind Tricks. He will be speechless. So, I guess she's not asking me. She wants
The whole
Stoop.
group.
The whole
And
shebang.
Stoop is a fucking a train crash, so I don't even know what that means. So please, pretty please, would you help me say happy birthday to him in a short and simple video? Look, nothing short and simple with me because I don't know how to do any of that.
Bull, she said pretty please.
It will mean a lot to him. He loves your work. He usually goes to work by bike, but yesterday he took the Metro and he said he listened to your latest album twice. I really hope to hear from you. Thank you very much. So she sandwiched that shit. She put me over in the beginning and put me over in the end to make me feel like a real fucking creep if I don't do this. So fuck you, lady, for doing that to me. Because that's real dastardly.
That's some manipulative shit.
You're really trying to manipulate the fuck out of me. And it's a little bit could-be, a little bit passive-aggressive, too, because
more than a little bit.
you're really pitting me over. You're really starting to piss me off, Jamie. You really are. So she pit me over for the first 33 and the third percent. The second 33 and the third percent. She worked me in the second. So, I mean, look, lady, take a fucking long walk.
And happy birthday, Gliplop.
Yeah, yo, my man Glip Glop, check it.
P.S. Can you jump out of the cake?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Happy 30th, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yay,
All right.
clip clop.
All right, this is my man's. This is from my mans and them. Dear Vin, but let me tell you something, OG. This is not our guy.
It's not Black Jesus.
No.
Dear Vin, the 4 knots are tied about me by the guardian of the sky.
Yes.
This sounds like a fucking Florida Kevin Sullivan promo.
Yeah, I'm into it.
He has made the knot firm for the inert one on his thighs on that day of cutting off the lock of hair. The knot was tied about me by Seth, in whose power the Enead, E-N-N-E-A-D, is that a word?
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. Not in English, anyway.
In whose power the Enead were at first, before uproar had come into being, when he caused me to be Hale, H-A-L-E. The knot was tied about me by Nut, when I first saw Mott. When the gods and the sacred images had not yet been born. I am a heaven born. I am in the presence of the great gods. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
The devil co-signs that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been another edition of Dear Vin.
Here's some fucking thoughts from some maniac.
I would like to throw it over to
Mr. Dival.
to Pablo for well, you know what it is.
It's the Pablo Cheapo Tipo of the Weeko.
Pablo's Cheapo
This one I like to call.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm trying to label them somehow. This one's called the Mark Harmon. If you notice the Mark Harmon, go ahead.
The what?
Mark Harmon. That's how we say it in Boston.
Okay.
Which is unrelated to that fucking tip.
But is it called the Mark Harmon?
It's the Mark Harmon.
All right.
So, we, as we all know, Beachbody Blow went to Jamaica, right? So
Yeah, he
wifey
did.
stocked up on all the supplies. So we get there, and
Supplies,
like the beach supplies.
All right.
So we get there, and she's like, "Yo, sunscreen up! It's fucking blazing down here in the Caribbean, right?" So I was like, "All right, give me the gimmick, whatever." So she gets one, and I get one. So I'm starting to spray myself, and the shit's spraying like solid white. And she's like, "Oh, that's like a super duper gimmick. I don't even know if it rubs off that way. It might stay white." And I was like, "Oh, I want it to stay white because I'm doing my whole body, and then I'm taking a picture and saying I'm sicko, and then we're gonna send it back." So I start I'm like, "Give me this one. You take the other one. I'm taking this one." So I'm starting to spray paint myself white, and like 3 minutes in, the thing conks out on me. So I'm shaking this motherfucker, and it's full, but the nozzle is broke or something.
Oh,
And I'm like, "You motherfucker!" Like, I was like, "How much was this?" And she was like $16, $18. I was like, "Oh no, we're getting our fucking money back. Put that back in the bag."
$18 for fucking sunscreen?
Hey man, the sun's blazing.
Not
Top of
that
the
I know
line.
how much sunscreen is. But
Yeah,
that seems.
yeah.
You get the cheap stuff, you're gonna get burnt.
All
You want
right.
skin
Oh.
cancer on that fucking dome? No,
No.
you gotta buy the hot stuff. So anyway, so fucking, I'm eating $18, and a sicko bit is ruined.
Right.
I mean, so I get
God
home,
forbid.
and I
just
I
flew
sit on it
home.
for a minute, and then like we get home, and I'm like, wait a minute, where's that fucking thing at? So I grab the fucking grab the sunscreen.
Right.
Fridays I work from home because I do this shit all night. So I'm like, 1-800 number right on the back. I'm like, bloop 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 bloop,
God.
What were you like?
bloop 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 bloop.
Glop, blip, glop.
And they're like, if you know your party's extensions, press 1. If you're a cheapo motherfucker, press 2.
Right.
So I press 2, and go right to the fuck. I talk to this nice lady Heather, and I say, "Heather, I got a problem with your product." And she said, "What's the product?" I tell her the product, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we know about that. That's a problem." I was like, "Oh, it's a problem for you."
Which could be a problem. Problem for them.
I'm like, "This fucking nozzle's broke." She's like, "We're aware of the nozzle problem. What do you want? Do you want lotion or you want the sunscreen?" I said,
The
"I want
nozzle problem.
sunscreen. I don't want nothing I didn't pay for. I just want my just desserts. You know what I'm saying?
I just deserve it.
Killing time? I mean, a breakdown?
Wow.
Is that a breakdown kickback reference? You want your just desserts, but why do you want sunscreen? You already home from Jamaica.
I demand justice.
But you should have taken the lotion, and that
The
works
suns-
everywhere.
You just fucking put it in the closet for next year.
All right.
So, ipso facto, bang shit came in the mail. Satisfaction is met. You know, it should make it right. That's all I want. Make it right. So I didn't take the L for $18.
They give you a refund?
They give you a brand new one.
A brand new gimmick, he said.
Send it right in
but
the
I'm
mail.
saying, why do you don't use sunscreen?
She
Why
was
don't
like,
you take the lotion.
Where are
Everybody
you gonna
uses
use?
lotion.
Where are you gonna use the new one in your
Right.
car?
second
You're
of
not in
all,
Jamaica.
summers last longer now. Just because summer's over, the sun is the sun. You go out on the weekends, you better fucking sunscreen up, buddy.
You don't live by the rules. You don't live by the calendar. Summer's over when you say it's over, pal.
No, the sun doesn't take a break.
No.
And he might go back. He's a platinum.
I might go back
triple platinum
pretty
member.
soon.
True.
So that's the Pablo Cheapo tip of the week is you call that number on the back. Hey, you know what? Use that shit if it works, and you call that number. They're still gonna give you a refund because they're not gonna ask for it back. They're like, we want fucking send this shit in.
And there's already a precedent because they know there's a problem with the nozzle gimmick.
Right. So you fucking do this with anything.
Do you remember the
Maybe-
brand? That
Yeah,
way
of
people
course.
can-
Sure, it was the Bear Republic Mineral Sports Sunscreen SPF 30 spray.
Oh my
But see, here's the problem. Is that they ask you for the lot number on the bottom of the
Oh,
thing, so you
all
got to
right.
have some
Yeah, but
numbers.
could be you just walk into the store.
I mean,
Yeah.
take a
Call
picture,
right from the store.
call from the store. It's
Phone
not-
picture on the yeah,
Yeah,
you could do that.
whatever.
I'm not provoking.
This is how Phil's ball business started.
Right. You see what I'm saying? That leads down a real fucking dark path.
All starts with
man.
the 800 number. But yeah, I wouldn't say do anything illegal, but for me, all I want is what I pay for.
I hear that.
It's a thin line between Chep and illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Filipino.
So there you go. Pablo's Cheapo tip of the week.
Jesus Christ.
Pablo's Cheapo tip
care
of
for
the
that one.
week.
You what?
I don't care for that one.
What would you have done if the thing broke?
Throw it away.
You just
The
ate
end.
$18 though, money bags.
All right.
I mean,
This guy's crying to me every weekend. I don't got no money for this. I don't got no money for that. Can you front me?
Who? Me?
Can you front me? He just said.
I was talking up until the point where he would get excited. It took him 3 sentences.
Fuck it.
wow.
Fuck it. Just, hate 'em.
You got me, P. You got me. All the time. Pop Jackie twice tonight.
Jesus Christ. Got me.
Pablo, is there any mailbag?
Oh yeah. Speaking of mailbag, let's get to that. All right. This one.
Whoa.
This dog's
Pop
getting
chopper.
crazy.
Man.
He's we giving the dog no attention, and now he's hype. He might get a microphone next episode. Look, he's hype. He ain't even getting in a cage. He's hype. His agent's gonna call me now. He wants a raise.
You scared him with the
He's on
diver
strike.
mask.
It is.
He's
scary.
unsettled.
He's barking at me. He's the one with the fucking dumb
Because the
ass.
diver sent him after you.
All right, bam. This is a Gimmick Gang edition.
All right.
So this is heads that write us all week, every week, put us over on the internet, and so I got a collection of those guys together, and that's what the questions we're going to do this week. This one's for Vinny from Powers, Nick Powers.
What up? What up?
There's a book is coming out called "Bury Me with the Low On" about polo and its history in hip hop. So I was hoping, Vin, you could explain upon polo's influence in the culture.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I think of when I think of that book, the title of the book is The Lowlifes from New York. They're still, the Lowlifes are still around today. There's chapters everywhere. They're global. It's dudes who, their whole, a good part of their existence revolves around polo, Ralph Lauren, and rare pieces from the 80s, rugbies, sheets, socks.
And their credo is they only wear polo,
Correct.
top to bottom,
Top to bottom.
every day.
Every day, all day.
They
every
get
day.
married. They got the special polo shirt they all get married in.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. Thurston Howe, Rack Low. There's OGs I mean, these dudes are around mid 80s, so you're talking like 30 plus years of the low lives. That book will be great. There's supposedly a documentary too. Thurston's a friend of mine. I mean, it's that shit all stemmed in the earliest records. You had people, referencing wallabies and shit, hip hop culture and clothing. My man Sasha did a film on it. So Polo's influence, it's still today hugely influential. But I think the irony is that instead of people look at Polo being sort of an upper class product, it's sort of the hood sort of blew it up in terms, you know what I mean? It was like the working white collar New York white male who was designed for by Ralph Lauren, and then the hood took it and freaked it and made it its own.
I laugh when I see your atypical average white dude rocking a polo shirt.
Yeah,
and it's the same one I have, and I'm like, you are not rocking it. Like, doesn't even look like a low shirt when you're wearing it, man. You don't even got the like.
Stylistically, you look at dudes like Slick Rick, Ghost, Thurston Howe. It's like the way they put shit together is an art in and of itself.
It is.
So I mean, Thurston's collection is crazy. The way he puts all his shit together and the low outfits.
Yeah, I mean, when we were younger, I used to chump esoteric because I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was like, why do you have like a 20-year-old polo shirt on? And he was like, P, you don't know what's going on, man. And I was like, I wasn't hip.
Yeah,
And then when I got hip, I was like, damn, yo.
Yeah,
like, much
I mean,
respect.
SO is an OG low life. So is Karma.
Yeah.
I know for me it was like that, and the fact that the low lives came from where they came from, they were bum rushing stores.
They were the original flash mob.
Yeah, they were 100 deep, and they would just bum rush, and security couldn't do anything about it, and they would just take all the racks of low. So they sort of like influenced my early boosting techniques because I didn't go that many heads deep. We would go like 5, 6, 7, 8 deep. If one of us got knocked, you had to take that L, but we got enough low for everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like we used to bum rush the Bloomingdales and Wanamakers and shit like that. I think both of them are out of business, right? Bloomingdale's and Wanamakers. Only Macy's is still open. But so yeah, I mean, hugely influential. But Ralph Lauren never properly gave the hood its credit for making him billions.
Right.
So I guess I have a problem with that.
Cool. Thank you. This one is for, I would say, Vinny and Jeff from Dynamite Kid. Are you ready? It's 1989.
Yes.
You're given the book for a new wrestling program. If you can handpick anyone in the industry to build your federation around, who is it?
Terry Funk.
This is one babyface and one heel you need.
89? 89, you going with Funk?
Yeah, that's when they did the I Quit match when he was with Gary Hart. One babyface, one heel.
Yes.
Terry Funk, Ricky Steamboat.
Brian Pillman and Muda.
Ooh.
Interesting. All right, thank you.
The Dival says.
All right.
Interesting.
This one's for Vinny and probably me from our boy John Kahane.
Probably me.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So, off voice alone, who are your top 3 that you'd like to listen to strictly off their voice and why? Like, does it remind you of something? Does it take you back a certain time? Like, any reason?
Rappers?
He didn't specify, but I'll say just for simplicity, let's just say hip-hop.
Okay. You want to go first?
The 2 that I thought of was Pharoah Monch, which
Okay.
I was listening to Organized today, and just
Yeah.
his voice.
Incredible.
And then the second one, is near and dear to my heart, is Party Artie. Just when he spits,
Party, yeah.
it's just a good ass time. I love me some Party Artie.
He wanted 3, man.
I got
You just
3.
gave 2.
Oh wait, did he say what are your top 3? Fuck. I wasn't
can't
paying
believe
attention.
you're
I wasn't
leaving
paying
out
attention.
the obvious.
Greg Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sicko.
Just voice alone. Chuck D, Ice Cube, and Freddie Fox.
Voice alone. I mean, he did a song about it. Guru, mostly the voice. Man, that's really difficult, man. Big L. Again, we're strictly going voice. KRS.
Okay. Jeff, you want to do this or no? You're all right.
I'm all right.
Okay.
No, thank you, Mr. Dive.
And the last one is for Pablo from Jeff Giger. Pablo, would you like to watch a documentary about raisins? I mean, if there's nudity and violence in it, I'm gonna watch a fucking documentary. That's what it comes down to, buddy. If you can somehow fit nudity, rough sex into a raisin documentary, I'm down.
Just stop.
Yeah. And there you have it for the mailbag.
Oh man. All right. Well, we're down to the my chest hurts. I'm laughing. We're down to recommendations. Hopefully, everyone did their homework. OG, you want to start?
Sure. Mine is of a Instagram page.
Oh,
Right,
that's
this
heavy.
dude changes his name all the time. He changes his gimmick. Right now, it's Mercy of Slumber, but he changes his gimmick all the time. He just changed it, so he'll keep this for a little while. He's an artist and a skateboard guy, and I think he does tattoos as well, but he doesn't put a whole lot of them up on the thing. But he does a lot of cool drawings that I like, and me and Jackie get wrapped up in a lot of the shit that he does. He does a lot of black and white stuff and white on black stuff, which I think is cool. So check him out. Mercy of Slumber.
Nice.
He's an old punk rock head too, I think.
Pablo.
Mercy of slumber.
Excellent. All right, so if you see my Twitter or Facebook
Excellent.
page, you've seen that I have a Broad Street Breakdown in the Stranger Things logo.
Yeah.
So there's a website you can do to generate that. You
Oh,
can
I
type whatever.
figured. Okay.
So it's the Stranger Things type generator at http makeitstranger.com or makeitstranger.com.
I like that.
So that's pretty cool. Check that out if you're a fan of the show and you want to fucking tweak your shit.
Miss Kath.
I'm going to talk about my Fitbit, as corny as that sounds.
what?
My Fitbit. Do you know what a
Okay.
Fitbit is?
No, I don't.
You
Please
don't know
no.
what a Fitbit is. Okay. It's like a pedometer. It counts my steps. I wear it on my bra. Some people wear the
yeah, you
bracelet.
told me.
Sexy.
Yeah. But I've washed it before. And it'll tell me how many flights of steps. I can track my sleep, but I wake up too many times, so I don't even want to know what
yeah.
that report's all about.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I run around the city like a maniac, and I walk back and forth to work and school, and so I count my steps. And if you're trying to,
I'll watch you sleep.
if you're trying to keep track of your steps, get a Fitbit.
Indeed. Sicko.
I actually had one, but I think I'm calling an audible and changing it, and I'm recommending the fucking Dival voice that Pablo does. Now, mine is a documentary. Came out in 2012 that I just got around to watching. It's kind of weird because it's not really in the punk, hardcore, or hip-hop lane, but it's called Nothing Can Hurt Me. It's about the band Big Star. What band? Big Star. It's a really interesting story about them. I'm not going to go into it because it's really complex, but the whole Alex Chilton, Chris Bell thing, basically a band that when they came out, everyone agreed sheer brilliance. Their debut album, every rock writer of note gave it 5 stars, said it was the greatest thing. and they never ever had commercial success, to the point where the biggest songwriter, Chris Bell, like lost his mind because of it. And they had all these band dramas that usually happens to a band that gets huge and big and famous. They just went crazy from being crazy. They put out 3 albums. They're probably best known at this point for the fucking. They wrote the song that was used as a theme song for that 70s show.
Yeah.
Just Cheap Trick did the version of it. But really interesting story about a band that I was kind of into, but it made them a lot more interesting to me. So it's on the Netflix. It's called Big Star. What's the fucking subtitle? Nothing Can Hurt Me. Alex Chilton. There you go.
Mine is a documentary as well. It's called Doc and Daryl.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was good.
It's about Dwight Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry. They were both on the 86 Mets that won the World Series. And they were both alcoholics and cokeheads, and they smoked rock. And you don't have to be into sports or baseball, even though I was at the time, and they were a rival of ours. But it really focuses on their addictions, and 2 kids at a really young age playing at the highest level, getting caught up in money, fame, and drugs in New York, and their downfalls, because there isn't really, I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know, there isn't really a rainbow at the end. They pissed away everything. Strawberry could have been one of, if not the greatest ever, and Doc could have been one of the greatest pitchers ever. So it's called Doc and Daryl. It's a documentary. Not sure where to find it, so use the interwebs.
Is it a 30 for 30?
Yeah, but they don't replay 30 for 30s for a very long time.
They don't do the on demand.
They may, but in terms of replaying, they have a gimmick where it plays when it plays, and then you have to wait it out. So that's it for right now. This has been episode 24 of the Broad Street Breakdown. Our first Tuesday episode, and we'll see y'all this Thursday. Peace.
Peace.